To strike the last word, Mr.
Gentleman's recognized for 5 minutes.
Mr. Chairman, why would the Attorney General tell the FBI Director to call the investigation a matter? Last time I checked, he's not Director of the Federal Bureau of Matters. Why would the Attorney General meet with the subject of the investigation's husband 3 days before the subject of the investigation is to be interviewed by the FBI? Why would that happen? Maybe because they wanted Clinton to win the election. Right? We got all these investigations about Putin's government trying to influence our election. How about the Obama administration's influence on our election? Think about this. You had the Attorney General of the United States tell the FBI Director of the United States, go tell the American public something that is not true. And he did it. He did it willfully. He did it intentionally. He did it at the direction of the United States Attorney General. This is the Judiciary Committee charged with defending the Constitution, and we have a Justice Department that knowingly, intentionally, willfully misled the American public in the middle of a campaign. And we're not going to ask for these documents, and we're not going to pass a resolution saying we need a special counsel. Are you kidding me? I mean, think about that. Our Justice Department not being square with the American people. Comey, it gets better. You can't make this up. It gets better. Comey gets fired. Then what's he do? He leaks a government memo through a friend to the New York Times, and he testified under oath. For what purpose did he do that? To create momentum for a special counsel to review and look at the Trump campaign and the Trump issues. Really? He did that? Leaked it? I mean, this is unbelievable. Through a friend, leaks a document to create momentum. And it's not just any special counsel. It's his best friend. It's his predecessor. It's his mentor. It has to be Bob Mueller. That's where we're at. And we're not going to pass this resolution, and we're not going to call for a special. Are you kidding me? We have to do that. Think about the tarmac. I mean, I applaud the gentleman for bringing this resolution up, or bringing this amendment up to the resolution. One thing that we all know that drives our constituents crazy, drives Americans crazy, is this idea that there are now two standards of justice. One for us regular people, one for the folks we all get to represent, the 750,000 people in all our districts. But if your name's Comey, if your name's Lynch, if your name's Clinton, it's a whole different standard. This is the Judiciary Committee. This is important stuff. This is fundamental stuff. This is the kind of thing, exactly the kind of thing we should be focused on, exactly the kind of resolution we should pass, exactly the kind of resolution calling for a special counsel that should pass this committee with the letter and be supported by the full House of Representatives. That's the kind of message we need. That's what our constituents talk to us about every single day we're out in our districts talking with them. That's the kind of action that's needed. And again, I just applaud the gentleman from Florida for having the courage to do what our constituents have been asking us to do, the courage to do what this committee is supposed to be focused on doing. And I would urge everyone to vote yes on this.
Will the gentleman yield?
I'd be happy to yield to the sponsor of the amendment.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. The gentlelady from Texas said that the American people, they're not really worried about these things that we've discussed. They're not focused on things like the Clinton Foundation functionally selling access to the State Department. They're not worried about uranium reserves potentially changing hands in a mechanism that would hurt American security. They're not worried about unmasking. I would ask the gentleman from Ohio in his district, has he heard from individuals about those things, and what are his constituents saying about them? I yield back to the gentleman.
Yes. The simple answer is heck yes. And what they're also worried about is this double standard. It's supposed to be in this great country equal treatment under the law.
Would the gentleman yield?
Equal treatment under the law. That's all we're asking for. That's all we want to investigate. So let's do that.
Would the gentleman yield?
The gentleman from Texas is asked first. If I have time, I'll yield to the gentlelady as well.
And I would just like to applaud those comments and add, there's another name that needs investigation. The regulations are very clear. If there is a witness in an investigation that an attorney in the Justice Department is too close to, he must recuse himself. Bob Mueller is very close friends with Comey, so close Comey actually admitted that he colluded with Mueller about his testimony. What all did they collude about? I mean, did Comey actually do to Jeff Sessions? Did he encourage him to recuse himself the way he did John Ashcroft so he could get his child's godchild in to be special prosecutor back when he went after Scooter Libby? There are a lot of questions we need to know, and my time's